Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing Blue Moon. Actually, I have been without paint thinner for about a week. I just did so many paintings I ran out of paint thinner. I thought I had more. So today I'm going to celebrate because I have more paint thinner and more on the way. So I thought about doing about as many paintings as I can back to back because it's been a week. So I'm kind of having withdrawals. But the first painting that we're going to be doing here is called Blue Moon. And before we get started, I want to kind of describe what I got going on here. Essentially, it's covered in Prussian blue. The trick to that is it's very firm paint, as he says in the episode. And with that, it's very hard to apply to a dry canvas. He doesn't say put liquid white on and then Prussian blue as normal, as he would do. So it took me a little bit of time to apply as much as I could without destroying the easel of the canvas on my brush. I mean, because a few times I had to go in there and kind of just scrub it as much color as I could. In the episode, his canvas just looks like black gesso. Mine, since I'm actually shooting this during the day, usually I shoot at night, I guess because the sun's coming in, you can see, even though there's a storm outside, you can see white areas maybe where the paint's thinned out. But basically, it's all Prussian blue. And down here, where there's going to be an ocean, I've got phthalo green. And I tried to put that in without removing the Prussian. I just didn't want to thin it out. I wanted the two to kind of blend. So I've got Prussian blue, phthalo green down here. In the episode, he has, I think it's Van Dyke brown. Over here. I didn't put Van Dyke brown over here just because in the episode, I mean, what's over here you can barely see anyway. So I'm just going to do what he does at the end without having to worry about all that nonsense. Also, he uses the colors Burnt Umber, and there's something else. But I don't have Burnt Umber, so I don't have anything that even resembles Burnt Umber. And he uses another color that I substituted. Van Dyke Brown. He uses Van Dyke Brown, but I don't have Van Dyke Brown. I thought I had it, and again, just like my paint thinner, when I went to set this up, I realized, oh crap, I don't have Van Dyke Brown. So I use dark sienna. Different colors, but essentially the same thing. I mean, it's just going to make palm trees and whatnot. Plus, it's a very dark piece anyway, so it's not like I'm going to be throwing sunshine and rainbows. With that said, I think I've explained it all, and I'm just going to follow Mr. Bob. And I think he starts with the sky first. So also, in the last couple episodes, I think I talk way too much. I'm just going along with Bob. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to try and talk as little as possible, even though at this point in this episode, I think I fail miserably. I'm talking way too much now. But the camera's over there. I'm going to try my hardest to stay over here out of view, so you can watch me paint. Every now and then I'll give my commentary about what I'm doing, if it's different than Bob or what have you. And yeah, so feel free to paint along, and we'll see what we can do.
One thing you'll notice on black canvas, color shows up much brighter than it does on a white canvas. And let's just go right up in here and just create a little light area right in here somewhere. There we go. And just making little X's, just brushing. We have a light source back here. Now you can begin to see how the white is picking up the blue undercolor, and it shows up. With a large brush, I'm just going to blend this. Just very gently blend it all together. Talk about the burn paint.
Already, I'm having an issue. This white, this titanium white, is just not, it's not bright enough at all. I don't think you can see it. There we go. I just don't want everything to be so dark that you can't tell, you know, where the head is and where the tail is. Head is and tail is. That sounded weird. So, I'm going to go back to, I have Bob paused right now. I'm just going to go back real quick. I'm going to give my clouds some sort of discernment, because you can't tell that they're even there. Which, you know, at night, I guess it depends on if the moon's out or whatever. Plus, he ends up putting a moon there, so that's going to be the focal point anyway. No one's going to give two darns about clouds. You might, I don't know. But regardless, they're there, so at least you want to show them. We're putting it on the canvas. Might as well show it. See, I told you I was going to talk too much. I can't shut up. I guess it beats just staring at me for an hour. There we go. I don't want it all to be flat. I've done this enough times to stop making the same mistake. Granted, I've only done like less than 20 of these, but I've made enough clouds to know better. I mean, because otherwise, if I left it the way it was, it would have just been smudgy white streaks and blue background. Like, it just... It's like an amateur Photoshop job. Like, just, you know... As I always like to say, give it some character. You know? If you take time to notice it, Mother Nature is actually gorgeous. So, she's going to give me beautiful visuals to look at every season. I'm going to try and give people something to look at in my paintings. I mean, this is just how I think. You don't have to think that way, whatever. You know. This is why these things take an hour. I spend 5 minutes on every part. Alright. I think that'll do it. Okie dokie.
Try to blend and become a mud mixer. So use a very firm, dry paint. Yeah, maybe we'll put a little moon up here. We can do some finger painting. I'll just take finger here and go right up.
Finger point.
And just push in a little.
He said boom.
That's all.
Wait, is it the center or what?
Like that.
No.
And then we'll take the large brush and very gently just blend this. Once again, the paint's firm, so you can do all this blending. There we go. And that easy, you have a little moon in the sky.
Okay, well his moon looks white. Mine looks like you've been staring at the sun too long and you got a colored dot. Maybe I can wipe the finger more. Too much. There we go. I got paint on my finger. Remind me not to itch my eye if I have to.
In Russia, we can put some happy little clouds in the sky. I'm going to load some titanium white. You don't need to. And that easy, you have a little moon in the sky. Firm, so you can do all this blending.
Alright, so he blends with the brush. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my... Maybe not. There's a lot of... Maybe I should remove the excess paint. As I destroy my moon. He makes it look so easy. I love Bob, but when you go to do your own thing, it's just like, huh? And he just goes, whoop, whoop, wham! And he's got a big old bright moon. I do it, it turns into a hot mess. If you go to brush over your moon, make sure like applying white to mountains. It's just because I'm trying my hardest not to even touch it. But I'm touching it. I'm about to put some more white on my palette here because it's just so because my moon looks like just weirdness, I'm trying to add some some cloud cover. Which may or may not work, I don't know. Looks like a face. That's creepy. Okay, well I completely destroyed my moon, but I don't want to go back and redo it. So it's going to stay just like that.
There we go. And that easy, you have a little moon in the sky. Now let's start with a fan brush and we can put some happy little clouds in the sky. Some titanium white. You don't need too much paint this time. Because once again, the color shows up so bright here. And we'll just take it, maybe come right down here like this. Just begin making all these pretty little things. Just let this sort of disappear. And we can add a little more color back up in here. Just white paint. There. Here. Just let it gently darker as it gets away from the moon. Up in here, maybe there's another happy cloud that floats around, lives right here. There we go. Now let's take it and maybe right here. This is your world, so you can put clouds wherever you want. Right there. I see a cloud. You see these things in your mind and you put them on canvas. There we go. Maybe there's another little, just sort of hides right here. There we are. Okay, now we'll go back to the large brush. This is where we find out if you're brave. Very gently. Just blend it all together. And you can keep blending until it gets darker, and it'll finally go away. You've blended enough. So you have to make that almighty decision here. When it gets to the point you like goes up, don't fiddle it to death. The areas closest to the moon should be the brightest, and as they get farther away from the moon, it'll get darker, darker, darker. If you want something darker, once again, you just blend it more. There we are. Isn't that a super, super simple, nice way to make a little sky? Okay, let me wash the brush. We wash the brush with Ochre's paint thinner.
I want it to feel like, because usually I just do this area, but I want it to make it feel like it's almost letterboxed, so it doesn't end within the canvas. What's the point in that? It doesn't feel real, like there's more to it. Ooh, that worked. Okay. I blended the clouds to where it's like a glowing blue hue around the moon, so the moon doesn't have to be bright. It just, it's kind of hidden behind all those clouds, but its light's getting through. So either way, it ends up being bright. Good enough for me. Also, you really want to make sure your brush is clean. Even if it's going through paint thinner, it doesn't mean it's clean. I've had that problem in the past. Because then you go to start painting, and the next thing you know, if you're painting with red, yellow, whatever, then you go into white, boom, now you have that color in your white. And it's a pain in the butt. It is a pain in the butt. This is just what I use because I can't beat the devil out of the brush and the space I have. And sometimes if I want to make good and sure that it's dry, I just use the tarp that I'm standing on. That looks like an art piece in and of itself. Alrighty then. Before we continue, I'm going to clean my titanium white because it's basically all blue. And we'll continue.
this at home. Rig you up a box or something. There's something. Palette knife. We'll take a little bit of titanium. Must be pretty. So, a second. Alright. Must be pretty. Very, very small amount of paint. Figure out here where the water line's going to be. And just very gently begin touching the canvas. Now you want this to be pretty straight. You don't want your water to run off one side.
Alright guys, we're back. I just cleaned up my titanium white because it was just all blue. Not that it matters, the whole canvas is blue, but I just don't like mixing paints unless I'm going to do something with the mix that I make. Now he's going to do the horizon. He uses the knife. I've done that in the past. Didn't quite work out for me. It gets thick, and then he goes over it with a brush, but when I did it, it was just chunks and clunks, and it didn't look like water, it just looked like building blocks. So when I went over it with this, a number 6 fan blender, it just looked so much more like water. So I use a fan brush. You can use what you want. He uses, again, the knife. So he puts titanium white, and we're gonna go to town.
Very, very hard just to push the color right into the canvas. Just let this come all the way down. There. And you can drop a few more little things back in here. All I'm doing is touching the canvas. Just touching. And start in the lightest area and work out, and automatically it'll get darker as it goes out from the light source. You don't have to worry about it or think about it. Make all these big decisions are done for you. Let the paint work. The canvas work.
He's kind of jumping ahead of me here. I'm just going to worry about the horizon before I do what he just did. He just made a reflection of the moon, like against the water, and I'll get there. And again, don't just kind of mess around with this. I mean, think of water. Think of its shape, how it moves. Because the more you think about water while you're painting water, it's like anything else. It starts to look more and more like water. Because if you're painting land and it starts to look like water, you're painting water and it starts to look like land. You got the Jack Sparrow thing going on where you haven't quite figured out your sea legs and your land legs. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too that you're not going to find this on the website. Like you would most of my work, I'm gifting this to somebody in my family when I started painting, and they began seeing my work. They actually wanted one, and they got pretty mad when I didn't give them one. So Voila!
Water. So we can just take do this. I'm pushing very, very hard just to push the color right into the canvas. Just let this come all the way down. There. And we'll drop a few more little things back in here. All I'm doing is touching the canvas. Just touching. Start in the lightest area and work out, and automatically it'll get darker as it goes out from the light source. You don't have to worry about it or think about it. Make all these big decisions, they're done for you. Let the paint work, the canvas work for you. See how that's making up the Prussian blue, Phthalo green. Very pretty. All we're doing is just touching. You know, we get so many cards and letters from people who are watching the shows. And one of the big things that we're hearing is people want to see seascapes like they have in Florida. We have a lot of school friends in Florida, so this little seascape is for them. And Florida is one of our favorite places. My mother lives in Florida. I was originally born and raised in Alaska. My mother, I have a brother who still lives there.
Oh, I just lost my leg.
Once again, we'll take the large brush, and all we're going to do is just very gently blend this in. We're using a pretty firm pressure here.
I'm sorry, mind your way. I get so just focused, I forget I'm filming. That's why I have the camera more over here than I do over here, so I'm not even in view. Because it's about the painting, not me. As you can see right now, I'm just trying to, mine's totally different than Bob's, but that's cool because it's mine. I'm trying to blend the reflection of the moon shine on the ocean, so that it's not that nonsense that I put into it with the knife. He's using a number 2 brush to blend it. I prefer, whenever I do water, it doesn't matter if it's a ripple, if it's a splash, if it's just that calming, just that look that water has, even when it's calm, I use the fan brush. It's never failed me. It always looks really, really good, so I stick with it. I'm trying not to add too much, because I know at a certain point he makes like a crashing wave, and I don't really have much room for a crashing wave, but I'll make one. I'll put it somewhere. I do not care. Because I know eventually there's going to be a palm tree over here, and it's going to bother me to put it over the water. But oh well. It is what it is. Okay, I think we're good on that. So I'm going to see what else he does with the ocean.
Let me push his paints dry. Push it, move it around without destroying everything. There we go. And already we have the light shining through the water. Then we can begin working on the details of the water. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of magic light to my fan brush just to make the paint a bit thinner. Quite a bit of paint.
He says magic white, but I have no magic white, so I think he means liquid white.
Just barely touch the canvas with one big waves back here in the distance. Get bigger as they come forward.
Yeah, he means liquid.
Barely touch it. Give it a big pull. Like that. There you go. That's super simple the way it makes it nice little waves. Pretty simple. Things happen in the water here. Just like the fan brush play.
Aha!
Where do you think there would be a lake? That's where it should be.
He's making waves. But seriously, he's making waves.
As we come forward, we'll start letting these waves get a little bit bigger. Maybe right up in here. We'll put some inch in here so we'll put a big wave right in here.
I don't have magic white, I have liquid white, so
There we are.
I'm going to make waves too.
And once again, right under a light source, we want this to be bright, so start here. Like that. There we go. See, automatically it gets darker as you get farther away from it. Over here. it so it bends upward. And then grab the top and reverse the angle, pull it over. So that wave's coming up this way and turns. There we go. Here we can just add a few little highlights on the water just where the light's playing through here. Don't want to get it too bright. Now we can take a good dry, clean brush here and very gently just blend this right out. Just blend it so it just fades right into the background. Very gently. 3 hairs and some air. We can begin pulling this down, working in some shapes. There. Little things happening in the water, some little foamies. Okay. We almost have our big large wave finished here. If you want to increase the highlight, just touch, pull down. Okay, now maybe we have a little chip here with this pencil.
I'm from California, so I'm trying to picture the waves that I've surfed in myself, because waves can kind of be funny. I mean, it can be dead calm over here, then you look behind you and you have just this tunnel of water. So I'm in addition to just the wave that I created on this relatively calm surface, I'm trying to give a reason why there's a wave, because if you just put a wave, to me, it just there's no rhyme or reason. So I'm trying to give it some, just some life, a break. I think I got the tunnel down pretty good so far, so I'm kind of happy with it. I'm gonna go through later on and put some more.
thinking that maybe we can have a little beach up here. Spend some time working on this beach. Then we can take the fan brush and just put some basic shapes in here. We're not too worried about anything now. We're just putting some color on the canvas. With a clean, dry brush, I'm going to grab this and pull it down. Reflections. I want this to look like sand, wet sand. Just pull it down. Just put some basic shapes in here. We're not too worried about anything now. We're just putting some color on the canvas. With a clean, dry brush, I'm going to grab this and pull it down. Reflections.
Alright guys, I ran out of memory. Actually no, my batteries died. So I put new ones in while I was changing the batteries and uploading what footage I had so I didn't run out of memory next. The only things that I did while that was going on, it maybe took 5 minutes. All I did was, I think I stopped off down here. I made sand out of it. I was going to make it just all ocean, but he's got a palm tree, and you don't have palm trees in the middle of the ocean, unless it's in an island. And then I blended that in, and this wave, as cool as it is, it was just way too 2D. It was way too just flat. It was just there. So I went back and I gave it some backbone. Because, I mean, if you've ever seen a wave, or if you ever surfed and you look down, I mean, a wave isn't, it's got the whole ocean to it. So I gave it some depth, and that's really all I did, was just this, and I added some of that, and I think I blended a little bit more. It's just too streaky down here, so I'm gonna mess with that another time. But, that's really all I did. You didn't miss much. I'll get there. Okay, so right now he's down here. I just want to make sure that my wave looks realistic, because that's just, to me, that's important. I'm not drawing dragons and hobbits. Alright. Nothing wrong with dragons and hobbits. I'm just not drawing them or painting them. And then I think he's just mostly down here trying to blend this in.
I say, I was born and raised in Florida. Later on in life, I moved to Fairbanks, Alaska. What a contrast. Alaska is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. You have some fantastic things to look at. Now, I want this side here just to fade into nothing. Very lightly. Brighten that up a little bit. Brighter, it's right in the middle. There we go. Touch. A little bit of greener wave actions. Now, with a large brush, once again, I'm just going to very gently grab. Just blend everything out so it's nice and quiet. And you can do this blending all the way across the painting and make it as quiet if you want it. Okay, let's wash the old brush. Now, if you want to make these little areas right along in here stand out a little bit more, we'll take the number 2 script liner brush, put a little bit of thinner on it, and we'll go right into a little bit of brown. Just make it very, very thin, like water, and turn that brush twisted so it comes to a nice sharp point. And just underneath the edges here, add a little bit of brown. That'll sort of project everything up. Just pushes it up. Just in the areas where you can see it on this side. Don't worry about back there. There we go. Okay, let's gently blend that all in. So it's nice and quiet. Just wash the old liner brush. Now, let's take, maybe there's a little stone laying here on the beach. And I'll use a small edge of the knife. Just put a heavy stone right here. Just a little bit. And you take a little bit of burn umber. Just a little burn umber and then go right back. And lay a little highlight on that stone. Just get the light and lay it through there. Get a little underneath. And we can take a 1-inch brush, grab a hold of this bottom, and pull down.
He's making stones right now.
And then down across.
I'm not, because I got no land. I mean, my land is right here. I probably should, but I'm not going to. I'm waiting for the palm tree.
And we'll use a little bit of magic white
Palm tree!
on the knife, and we'll put like his water standing around the stone. Just a little. Just make it work right around. And if you put one in here that's too bright, all you have to do is just keep rubbing it, and it'll pick up the blueness underneath and dull right down for you. And this painting, we use such a limited palette. There's so few colors used here. And maybe you can, if this is in Florida, we need a palm tree. I got to have
That's what I missed.
There's a big palm tree right out through me. Maybe curl.
No.
3 hairs. Maybe a little beach up here. Stencil.
Okay, never mind.
And then right to so, yeah.
I thought I missed something. I thought he blended certain colors into the wave. Sometimes he puts yellow and then blends it so it's all greeny. I might do that. I might do. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Just come across the reflection, but we don't want to touch our stone yet.
It's phthalo green, so I just want some green, not a whole lot, in my wave. I'm just blending the lines that were in my way. There was too many lines for me to be comfortable with it. It just looked like a line wave. Yeah. So, good to go.
Just over the other side of the tree line. Right around. You can. If this is in Florida, we need a palm tree. I had to have a palm tree, so maybe there's a big palm tree right out through here. We just start here with a little bit of the Van Dyke brown. Pull it out very flat. Get a small roll of paint on the knife. And maybe they're just coming from right off the side of the canvas here.
Again, I have dark sienna. I thought I had Van Dyke brown, but I don't. Hi, dude.
Now we can do the other side of the tree. Just do one side at a time.
How did you do that?
As they go up. I know it sounds crazy. The Van Dyke. And if you just wait right off the side of the canvas here.
That's what I thought.
Barely touching the canvas. Just let it go up. Like that. Now we can do the other side of the tree. Just do one side at a time. And you do these, you want them to get smaller as they go up. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes it's a little hard to do. Just want them to get smaller toward the top. There. Now we got us a basic trunk in. And palm trees are like everything else. They get lonely too, so let's give him a friend. Maybe there's one that only just bends all around like that. Comes way out through here. Paintings make up little stories. So it helps you go along. Just capture a dream in your mind. Put it on canvas before it escapes. Painting should make you happy. It should always make you happy. And if painting teaches you nothing else, it'll teach you to look at nature, to see the fantastic beauty that's around us every day. That we take for granted. Take a little time, stop and look at it. There. So million things to paint. All you have to do is look around. I'll try to show you how to paint. What you paint's up to you. Now we got us a basic little trunk right there. Let's take a little bit of white and make a gray color here. Now make this gray color by mixing about equal amounts of phthalo green and alizarin crimson. Phthalo green and alizarin crimson makes a beautiful, beautiful gray, a true gray. Now we can put a little highlight on these trunks, and all we're going to do is just touch the canvas. Just touch it. Let the canvas pull up what it wants. You don't have to make million things. Let's take a little bit of white and make a gray color here. Now make this gray color by mixing about equal amounts of phthalo green and alizarin crimson. Phthalo green and alizarin crimson makes a beautiful, beautiful gray, a true gray. Now we can put a little highlight on these trunks.
You'll get those.
All we do is just touch the canvas. Just touch it. Let the canvas pull off what it wants. You don't have to make any decisions.
He mixed phthalo green with alizarin crimson for gray to color the palm tree.
I was a boy being raised in Florida. It was not unusual to have some big hurricanes. Goodness gracious. Blow you around for days. There we go. Just touch it. Just touch it. It's just gray and white. Just let that fall right up the tree. There. Okay. I think we're about ready to put some leaves on the
Yeah.
top of the tree. Now I'm going to take
I love you, Bob, but you're going warp speed, brother.
Just let that fall right up the tree. There. A little bit of paint thinner on my fan brush and go right into the same gray color.
I'm gonna clean my fan brush real quick. Because it's still pretty nasty from the sky. And he uses that same gray color to highlight the palm trees that I guess he's gonna make with its leaves.
But I want it very thin.
That's not gray. What the hell?
I'm just using paint thinner. It's just great green. Use on this bigger bird. Okay, I think we're about ready to put some leaves on this bigger tree. Now I'm going to take a little bit of paint thinner on my fan brush and go right into the same gray color. But I want it very thin. Very thin. I'm just using paint thinner.
That's not gray.
And then touch more there. There we go.
That's brown.
And you have to make an almighty decision which one of these trees is in the front, which one's in the back. Maybe the little one's in the back. So we'll do him first.
Yeah, he's not using the gray. He's using other colors. So I'm gonna use
Again. Touch.
Van Dyke
Sort
Brown.
of coming right towards
With
us.
paint thinner.
See both sides of you. So put a little bit on the other side too. Don't want all the leaves on one side. Just let it come right up down. Both sides. And right up here, maybe this one that goes up, so it turns. So that'll be right here.
Come on, camera guy, zoom in. I can't tell what he's. There you go.
And paint them.
Ah.
And one more right there. Touch, pull, just sort of snap the brush. And you can put as many leaves on your palm tree as you want. I'm just going to put a few to show you how to do it. And then at home you can just, do anything because you have unlimited time. So a nice big limb that comes right out there. Touch, pull. And you can really see these little leaves against the clouds in the sky. There we go. Comes right up like that. There. And I'm going to give another limb right down through here. Touch, pull. These are very loose.
That's freaking sweet. pretty freaking sweet.
There we go. Like so. Put a little bit on the other side. Maybe there's another one right there. Right there. Put one more this way. Going across the trunk. Don't have all of it. It's just going on either side. Have some actually go across the trunk. Makes it look a little more realistic. Now I'll take the same gray color and go into a lighter gray, just a tiny, tiny bit. Just want to make these stand out because I really want to keep these silhouetted as much as possible. And just barely touch, just the least little indication of highlight on there. Don't overdo. Very easy to overdo. You have to sort of figure out where the center of the color is here, the vein that goes through the center. Just touch.
What is he?
Here we go. The gray, just a tiny, tiny bit. Just want to make these stand out because I really want to.
Oh, is he highlighting the leaves?
Possible. Just barely touch. Just the least little.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Highlight on there. Don't overdo. Very easy to overdo. You have to sort of figure out where the center of the color is here, the vein that goes through the center. So just touch like that. There we go. There's one. Just barely touch it. Follow the angles that you have in your original drawings. Here we are. And I think this will give all of our friends in Florida and anywhere else that want to make a seascape an idea of how to do a fantastic little seascape that works so easy and make you happy. There. Just like that. Now, maybe, going right back into the same gray color, and I'm using the binder brush this time. Maybe we'll just put a few little indications of things down here. There we are.
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to overdo. That's very easy to overdo. You just kind of want to tap it
Just take your fan brush and drop
because you can see it, but close up.
There's a fan brush. I mean liner brush.
Okay, he's got a liner brush and he's doing a bunch of bushy stuff, but I got no land except for right here, so I'm not bothering with it.
Beach in here. Let's take and just.
While he's doing that, I'm going to.
Some of these make them look like little seals. There. So there's
I was gonna do something. Oh, yeah.
something like so.
How do I make it? Well, I guess I need to make it more.
So I'll go into a thin oil. And any kind of thin oil will work. At home you could use like linseed oil or copal or any type of oil that's nice and thin. You want to work that brush until it paints almost like water and turn it to bring you a nice sharp edge here. Just turn it. And then we can sneak right up in here and put a signature on it. That's when you're almost ready to stand back and admire. Now when you're doing these black canvases at home, feel them under several different lights. It's unbelievable what happens when you change the light sources. These paintings are almost like having two in one. And next week we'll use a white canvas. So if you're painting along with us and your canvas ready, you can also set up
It was just two-dimensional to me,
together.
but now it's got more highlight to it.
For all of us here, happy painting. God bless.
Alright, he's done. And you know, I think we're about done too. Just the way I have the back, or the entire canvas, just painted, pre-painted with Prussian blue, it looks like rainfall. So that was awesome. See? I might touch up the sky a bit so it looks less like a rigatoni and more like clouds. And I think we have ourselves a finished painting. Little touch-ups here and there, but same thing. All right, well, thanks guys for joining me. Again, I'm gonna make a couple more episodes just because there's like 3 that I want to do. This is one of them. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And again, if you paint along with me or Bob, I'd love to see your work. So visit nicknoir.com and send me pictures, send me whatever you got, and I'd love to see it. And yeah, so until next time, thanks for painting with me.